everyone, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and I thought I'd do a haul video. No, I haven't done one in a really long time, so I'm kind of excited about this one because last week I decided I was going to go to as many stores as I possibly could between the hours of 9 and 2. And I actually made it to the exact amount of stores that I thought I was going to. I was trying to go through my head and see, like, okay, how many stores can I actually get to? And I was like, you know, I think 8. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted that what I was doing, and I actually did say it was going to be 8, and it totally was 8. It's actually an awful lot for me because if you know me over the years, I have a tendency of spending an awful lot of time in the stores. I can be in one store. I have spent hours upon hours in one store. I think my longest time frame was like 4 or 5 hours in one Goodwill. I ended up spending like $300 and some odd dollars. I think I searched through everything. But if you've heard me talk over time, the one thing I've been wanting to do is really cut down on the amount of time that I spend in the stores. I spend entirely too much time actually searching and kind of searching through everything, going to the appliances and the toys and the electronics and the shoes and I even look through the clothes sometimes, even though I don't sell clothes. That's how I randomly come across clothing items. Most of the time the clothing items that I come up on is just because I was walking past and then I saw something that kind of stuck out. Maybe it had an interesting pattern, or it was a logo on a sleeve that I noticed, or an interesting color, something like that. I don't typically flip through the clothing items. A lot of the things that I find clothing wise are just things that I was just, I don't know, spotted as I was passing by. Now, if you watch the stew today, I did sell a Nick and Nora macaroon pajama set. In all honesty, I did actually go specifically to look in the pajamas and to look for Nick and Nora. Tanya is the one, Tanya from Thrifty Treasures, is the one that kind of turned me on to Nick and Nora. When we went to the Third Coast reselling group meetup, that's Tanya's reselling group for, sorry, my phone's ringing, for Third Coast and beyond. And I don't know if you're not aware, but there's the East Coast, the West Coast, and the Third Coast, which would be the Texas Gulf Coast. So she has her little group over there, and it's for people outside of the area too. But we did have a meetup in Houston. While we were there, she was really excited about finding some Nick and Nora pajamas at the thrift outlet or something. And so I kind of specifically went over there to look for those and found some. But anyway, we're not talking about solds. We're talking about finds. Let me go ahead and check out the chat real quick, and then we'll get started, and I'll show you all the stuff that I bought. All right, so hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I know this was kind of impromptu at a weird time. I scheduled it for 1:45, but I wanted to be done before Tanya's jewelry video at 3. So go ahead and get started. So I left my house at 8:30. I made it to the Goodwill in San Marcos. It's 20 minutes away. So I got there right at 8:50. And my whole point was to spend as little amount of time as possible in the stores, because I've come to discover that I just find the best stuff within the first 15 minutes. Now, I did end up spending probably a half an hour, 40 minutes in that first Goodwill. And when I got back to the car, I was like, you know, I found everything that I bought in the first 15 minutes. And then after that, I was just kind of hunting for things. So after that, I kind of just, my whole goal was to just get in and out as quickly as possible. So first store, the very first thing that I saw, and I actually walked past it, I didn't even pick it up because it looked like there was another reseller that had already looked through some stuff, because there was a stack of 5 things that were just kind of sitting there in the furniture section. So I actually walked past this and I didn't really look it up. But it's a My Pure Mist. It's for your sinuses. It's almost like, I don't know if it's a personal sized humidifier or what it is. But after I went over to the houseware section, I did go back over and pick this up. It was $9.99 and it's actually unused inside. And I can get it to close. In this condition, even if I put it as pre-owned, let's see, I got stuff all in my way, guys. Pure Mist. Go ahead and get my screen to share with you, and I'll show you why I bought it. Okay, so it looks like they sell for anywhere from like, this one has 17 bids at $44. This one is $49.95, $90. So I went ahead and bought it because when I looked at the completeds, they seem to sell really well, pretty consistently. And the fact that mine's new, it's just like new open box, I can sell it as new other. And I was thinking about selling it for about $79.95 free shipping, maybe $69.95 free shipping. Should be a pretty easy profit on that one. The next thing, well, actually, this was the very first thing that I picked up because I went over to the houseware section, and that store has a really small section. It's just like a regular aisle size, and then only like half of the aisle is really like appliances. And I haven't had a lot of success in finding like housewares, like appliances there. But I did see this, and I'm a sucker for a brown box. Like a sealed brown box, I'm a sucker for a sealed brown box. And I turned it around, and it said room air blower. And it's for one of these wood-burning stoves. So when I went and looked it up, it was $7.99. Let me move this out of the way. Room air blower, model AC16. AC16. I haven't done a haul video in so long, I feel like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. It's like, it's not like riding a bike where you're like, oh, you never forget riding a bike. No, when you don't do haul videos and then you make one like 6 months later, you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so here's one that went on auction for $69.95 plus shipping. Here's one. This is the exact one that I have. $110.91, $100, auction, $50 on a, it says brand new, but it's not in the box. So I figured $7.99 and I could easily turn this into $100. So that was the very first thing I put into my cart at the very first Goodwill. I went up the aisles and I ended up getting these Starbucks mugs. This one is San Antonio, and this one is Puerto Rico. I didn't look them up. I just went ahead and bought them because I kind of have a small like Starbucks collection of cups. So if they weren't going to sell, I was just going to keep them. I have some, a viewer sent me a cup from Chicago. You would think I would have got one while I was there, but actually I got it a couple years ago from a viewer who sent me a Starbucks cup from Chicago. I really appreciate that. And then I have one from Houston that Margaret, when we were associating with each other, gave to me. It was really nice, and I have that and I use it. And then I have a Houston mug that I picked up at the thrift store as well. No, actually I got it from that crazy guy that I almost bought all that stuff from. But anyway, so San Antonio Collector Series and Puerto Rico Collector Series. I did look up Puerto Rico after the fact. It sells for about $18, and I didn't look up San Antonio. Let's see. San Antonio. We just went to San Antonio for my birthday and rode the boats and went to the Alamo. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I got new wax hands that I was really excited about. So it looks like this one of the Riverwalk sells for $15 plus shipping. Another person sold one that says brand new for $35. This one totally looks new inside. I think this was somebody's collection because there's not any real indications that these were used at all. So anyway, I could sell this one for Here's another one. Let me share my screen so you're not just seeing me talk about what I'm looking at. There's one for 20 bucks. So I could sell it for 20 bucks. That one went for $11.99 plus shipping. Maybe I will sell them. I mean, I don't really need another Starbucks cup. I have plenty. This one's from 2009, the Riverwalk one, and the Puerto Rico one is from 2013. So I paid $2.99 for each one, and I can sell each one for 20 bucks plus shipping. So actually, that's not bad. If you're not familiar with me from a long time ago, when I first started my business, all I really sold was coffee cups and stuffed animals. That was my whole business because the cost of entry is so low. I mean, like, what do you pay for a coffee cup? A dime? A quarter? A dollar? I mean, it's the same thing with stuffed animals. They're a quarter, 50 cents, a dollar. If you only go to garage sales, you can probably get them all day long for a quarter. Coffee cups, quarter, all day long, if you're a garage seller. So that's all I did for like, what, 2 years? Coffee cups, stuffed animals. That was it. Let's see. Just need to check the chat real quick because I have a really bad habit of not looking at it and seeing what's going on. Snoop Dogg was here earlier. You just missed him. I would want to keep all the stuffed animals for myself. You know, I used to do that, but not on purpose. It was just because I was like hoarding them because I get stuffed animals in bags like this, and then I would pick out the ones that I was going to sell, and then I had this idea that at some point I was going to list the ones that were just kind of and then I never did. And then I had a whole storage unit just full of tubs of stuffed animals that I hadn't listed yet. So the next thing I picked up at the first Goodwill was this Noah's Ark toy set, and it's a stencil set. This is new, unopened. It still has the, oh wait, maybe this isn't the one, but it's, yeah, it's totally new. Noah's Ark caught my eye because it's Noah's Ark time of year, when everybody's like, oh Jesus. So I looked it up because of that, and the fact that it was very basic. And sometimes these really basic toys are worth more money than you think. And I paid $3.99 for this. It made you, oh Jesus, again. Anyway, let me get my screen up. This particular stencil set from Tupper Toys, which I've never heard of before. Tupper Toys, Noah's Ark. That one's used, sold for $25. $34.99, and that's what I saw whenever I bought it, was this one that was $34.99, and this one just sold last week. So I figure, let me look and see what's available right now is new. So you have $32.50. Yeah, so $39. I'd say easily sell this for $34.95 or $39.95. It's that time of year for this. And there's really, I mean, Noah's Ark is kind of something that's year round. It's not like Christmas or anything. I know people decorate nursery with it. Kids play with them kind of year round long because of the animals and such. And Jesus. Yard Sale Lover says I have that out of the box. Let's see. Louis asking about the picture behind me. If it was John Lennon and Yoko Ono. It's not. And I actually thought whenever I bought it that it was Johnny and Johnny Cash and oh my God, I can't believe, in June. I thought it was Johnny and June for some reason. And then originally I kind of thought maybe it was Elvis and Priscilla when she was really young, but I forgot what it was. I've had that picture for so long that, and I was going to sell it because whenever I bought it, I found one on eBay and it was just titled like, found in my grandpa's garage. and they sold it for 200 bucks. But I ended up, I've had it in my office for so long, and then we moved it, and then it ended up here. I've kind of really gotten accustomed to it. It used to be what covered my window for the light not to shine in my face when I did videos. But it's kind of just mine now. So I guess I have a $200 piece of art, which I guess I never thought I would say in my lifetime. So anyway, all right, back to the haul. So that was all I bought at the first store. It was only those 5 things: the 2 cups, the toy, the pure misting, and that air blower. I told you I was really particular during this shopping trip. I only got like 1 to none to like, this was the most stuff that I bought. So the next store I went to was actually a store I hadn't been to yet. It was in Kyle. It's between San Marcos and Austin. And it's a brand new store. And I stopped in there. At least it looked like a new store. Like they just opened it. Like the grass hadn't even grown yet. Oh, I lied. I bought more things at the first store. I bought these Cricut cartridges, which I didn't even look up. I only looked up one. I looked up this one. And it looks like this one was selling for like $19. The rest of these were $3.99 a piece. So I just went ahead and bought them instead of looking them up. Now you have to be careful with some of the Cricut cartridges because these are used on the Cricut Expression machine, which doesn't require the internet, which is still really popular for people right now because the new Cricut machines, to use them, you have to be connected to a high-speed internet connection. And if your internet connection goes out, whatever you're making on your machine stops, and you have to start all over again. So people that live in areas that don't have dependable internet, or maybe they don't have high-speed internet, which we all think that everybody does, but they do not, prefer to use the Expression machine that doesn't use the internet. However, you have to be careful with them because if they have used these on their new Cricuts, the Cricut Explorer, and they synced the cartridge with their account, then you can't use them on any other account. You can only use them like on your Expression. So I would put a disclaimer if you're going to sell them that you don't know if they have been linked to an existing Cricut account or not, and that they are for use only on the Expression machine. That would be my suggestion. That's what I'm going to do with my listing. I only know this because I have a Cricut, the Explorer, because I was going to make some like fancy crafting stuff, and then I totally didn't, and I've had the machine for a whole year. All right, next, so at the Kyle store, I ended up buying 2 things. I had stopped buying these machines. This is the T-Drop. The price on them really went down for a while, but then I looked it up while I was in the store, and I guess it's come back up again on Amazon. I'll show you. Let me share real quick. So on Amazon, let's go add. I forget who makes these. The Sunbeam, yeah. And you can see the rank's really, really high. But the price is really, really high, I think, for a used unit. And look, a new one is $195. That's cuckoo birds. So 70 bucks on a used one. There was a point in time, let me go back in history here, that, yeah, you can see the new ones were at $59. And the used ones were like, let's see, no, 70. I don't know, when I was looking at it, yeah, here it is at 38. This is why you have to go back and check. If you've set in your mind that something's not worth something, you kind of have to go back and check again. Because I've had multiple things that fell off as far as value went that came back again. And so I had stopped buying them and then turned around and was like, oh, I should have been buying those. So The tea drop machine is one of those that I stopped buying, but it looks like the prices come back on them. Let me check eBay. Yeah, see, $32.95 plus shipping used. That's a good price. I mean, that's a decent sales price for a used appliance. And I actually have a couple of these. I have a white one, and I have, I think, another black one. But you can see the carafes even sell really well for $16.99 plus shipping, so $30, basically $28 for just the carafe. So they sell well for parts as well. I only paid, I paid $6.99 for this. So that's a really good price for something that it's not that hard to sell. And second store, I bought this. So those were the only two things that I bought. I bought this Red Rock. That's his name, right? Red Rock from Yo Gabba Gabba. This one sells for $18 used on just this little plushie guy. I mean, how hard is it to list this? 2 pictures, one of the tag, so front and back, tag, Yo Gabba Gabba, plush, sell it, put it in a polymailer. Easy peasy. The next store I went to was another Goodwill. The only thing that I bought there was this Capresso machine. It's a Capresso burr grinder. If you see any of the coffee bean grinders that are like the burr, B-U-R-R grinders that suck it down inside, they sell for a lot more money than the ones that have chopping blades in them. So if you see that, you know, that it's like this, where it's going to, the coffee beans are going to go down inside of it, look it up, because some of them are worth a lot of money, especially since the stores typically underprice them. I've seen blenders like the Cuisinart one. They'll have them for like $3.99, $4.99. And they sell for a decent amount of money. This one, I was really surprised at its cost. Now, this particular store, like I said, was really overpriced. So I only bought this one thing. And it was $9.99. And let me show you the comps on it. Let's see. Oh, DJ Lance Rock. See, Lisa knows her Yo Gabba Gabba. My favorite song from there was the "Don't Bite Your Friends, Don't Bite Your Friends," and the when they used to do the "Love You, Love You, Love My Family" song, we used to sing that all the time. Okay, but that's a good lesson for everyone. Don't bite your friends. All right, Capresso burr grinder. And this is the one that I have, the 560. Let's see, there's parts. Pre-owned, $57 plus shipping. This one's parts only. Guess that one doesn't work. I don't know. $52.99 plus shipping. $59.93 plus shipping. And it looks like it's... Is it missing the top? No, it hasn't. $60 free shipping. So it's a pretty good profit to me. And I have sold just like the pieces before of like the burr grinders and burr. I think I said burr blender the first time. But I have sold just the pieces before where you just sell like, I've never had a Capresso before, but I have done Cuisinart, where you just sell like the holding tank, you just sell the lid, you just sell this piece, and just sell the base. I have broken them all apart and made more money that way. Whenever they were only going to sell for like $35, I could sell it for like a total of $60. It just depends on how much time you want to put into selling an appliance, on whether or not you want to break it apart. So that's the only thing I bought there. I went to another Goodwill after that. It was my store number 4. And I ended up buying their Super Shooter, which I just sold my first Super Shooter part of the season yesterday. It was a Christmas tree disc. Sold it for $4.95. And you can see I paid $4.99 for this. So I got the whole thing here. I have a variation listing for my Super Shooter parts. So all I have to do is just go in and update the listing. I don't have to actually take any additional photos because used is used and they're not really going to change. I don't buy machines that are all messed up or whatever. So parts are parts. And so I'll just go in and update my listing for the handle and the screw and piston and everything else. And I need to look up the whole machines, which I haven't done in a while, and I just gave you that advice. I need to stop talking about them though because the price has gone down. What I have seen is a lot more parts pop up than used to be around. Okay, so the whole unit here sold for $35.99 plus shipping. That sold today. And $39.99 plus shipping on a complete unit. So they're still holding their value. $35 plus shipping. So I might maybe throw up an entire unit. I don't know. I know that there have been more on the market because I'm not getting a big head and saying like, oh, I made the whatever, but honestly, the price has changed. But yeah, you can see this one's got a $49.99 on Amazon. Let's see, wherever shooter. A new one is $225. So they're going prime for $65. So that's double the price of what they're going for on eBay, but obviously the fees are going to be more. So selling it on eBay for $39.95 plus shipping is going to probably net you the same amount of money as selling it on Amazon Prime for $65. I wonder if I should keep the boxes I have. I have the boxes, like, for my other 2 units. I have them, I put them in the trash. I wonder if I should keep them. Because here's them saying, like, oh, complete unit, no box, no box, no box, no original packaging. Maybe I should go take those out of the trash can. There's a party in my tummy, so yummy, so yummy. Yeah, that's a good song, too. All right, that's Yo Gabba Gabba song. The second thing I bought at that store, I think I only bought 2 things, was this massager. It's a Brookstone. If you ever watched years ago, the King and Queen of Parts and Ben's at the time was Sarah and Dave Gilman. And they used to always pick up they were the ones that talked about the thumper massagers. And if you look up a thumper massager on eBay, we can do that right now. For a used back massager, they sell for goo-gobs amounts of money. Let me show you. Now, I thought Thumper was like the name of what it did. I didn't realize Thumper was actually a brand until I found an actual Thumper massager. I thought it was just any massager that had like the 2 balls that beat on your back. Like this one. This is not a Thumper. They should have not have put that. That's a Homedics. So that's why, like, originally I thought that it was the type of massage, that it wasn't like a brand of massage. I've sold this unit before here, the Mini Pro. I bought it used for, I don't know, less than $10. I think it might have been $5. And you can see clearly $120. And I think that's what I sold mine for. Something like that. So people using this Thumper, that is keyword spamming. That's They're using a brand name as a adjective. But yeah, so keep an eye out for those. But the one that I bought, let's get on topic of what I actually purchased, was a Brookstone. Let's see. Model F as in Frank 209. And this one was selling for $45, $50 used. And so I went ahead and purchased it. There's some lower ones there, but I'm going to go ahead and list it for $49.95 plus shipping and see how it goes. I only paid $6.99 for it. So, but keep an eye out on the ones that are branded Thumper. That's a really easy purchase to make. They're normally over in the sporting goods section. Do you clean the inside of the grinder before you list it? No. I will plug it in and see if all the other, and I'll tap it out, but I'm not going to like run anything through it or anything like that. When people are buying used appliances, they should clean them when they get them, as they should with any used anything. And new things. You're supposed to clean those too. People don't. But anyway, I do, I guess I clean it as far as like what would be like cosmetically. I guess what would be like physically. But it's not sterilized or anything, no. My brain's not working to describe things properly right now. So that's the only two things that I bought at that Goodwill. And then I shot on over to Thrift Town. And at Thrift Town was kind of a bust. I ended up buying, I don't really like Thrift Town. It's not a store that I enjoy, but it was on the way. I ended up buying for $3.99. I bought a Philips portable car DVD player, but it only had one of the monitors. But here's the DVD portion. It's a headrest monitor DVD player. It was only $3.99. So let me find it. All right, this is a Philips. Dual screen, but I don't have the dual screens. Let's see, Philips. I don't think this is the right keywords for this. Or maybe it is. Hey, look at that. $45.99 got for that one. Like I said, I don't have the two screens. I only have one. Or maybe this other thing is a screen. Maybe it's a screen DVD player. I don't know. I didn't take them out of the bag. But for $3.99, I went ahead and bought them. I figured I could sell it for $39.95, free shipping. No big deal. The next thing I bought was some Asics that I wasn't going to buy. Was these Asics. And I actually own this pair of shoes. And they are this pair. The little pink and purple pair. And they are almost new. Barely used. They look like they were used one time, and that was it. And I had found a pair that sold for $34.95, and I saved it in my drafts. Can't find it now, but they were the same size, 7.5. So I'm going to go ahead and list them for $34.95. That's what I normally list any Asics for, is $34.95. These were, like I said, they were $12.99, but when I went to go check out, I checked my email. So you can see that they're new. I mean, there's like no wear. So they were used like one time. If anything, I would say like these were like a demo, like a store display pair. Like they don't even have like dirt. They just have like floor. What looks like floor dirt, but not like outside dirt. Anyway, I got to the register and I checked for a coupon for Thrift Town, and they had a $10 off a $25 purchase, and I only had $16 worth of stuff. So I went back and I bought these shoes. Well, I grabbed these shoes that I had seen because they were basically going to be $2.99 if I used my coupon, because I wasn't going to reach the $25 threshold at that time. So yeah, $2.99 for those because of my coupon. After that, I went to my favorite store, which was Thriftland. I love Thriftland. Thriftland is my friend. I love it, love it, love Thriftland. I didn't find a lot there. I picked up 2 bags of plushies, which I haven't gone through yet. Please don't make everything fall down. Which I haven't gone through yet. I only bought them because this one had a jelly cat in there. I'm surprised they even sold this to me, because normally if the bags are open like this, they don't sell them to you. But somebody was obviously going in trying to see what things were. But there was a jelly cat in there, so I bought the bag. And it has a tag. It's a jelly cat sheep. Or lamb. So I went ahead and bought the whole bag for $2.99. I haven't opened it yet. I was going to do it on the haul video, but that might be boring, huh, guys? I normally try to leave plush openings to plush... What is that? To like plush hauls. It's kind of a specialized thing. It's not like everybody wants to watch. I got this bear. And then I bought this one because it has all these lamb chops in there. There's like 3 different ones. There's this one. And this one. And I think there's another one. And then there's a gunned. I just saw that. There's a gunned new tag Grumpy Cat. Oh yeah, here's a... There's a purple... Let me just open it. I just open it, guys. Just open it. Team Realtree. There's a Boston Red Sox Fenway Park Pink Monkey. Okay, so here's a lamb. Whoa, that was frightening. Okay, this is dog toy. Is this a dog toy? Lamb Chop the Legend. Are these dog toys? Oh no. Okay, here's Grumpy Cat. There's another lamb chop. I think these are dog toys. Oh, here's another Grumpy Cat. You got 2 Grumpy Cats. The third lamb chop. It's orange. It's got squeaker too. I think these are dog toys. I might as well. Pink bear. Like a what looks like a Ralph Lauren sweater bear, but isn't. Boyd's bear. Is this Corpse Bride? Or what is this from? Walt Disney Company. Doesn't say. What is this from? Is this from Corpse Bride or Nightmare Before Christmas? I know y'all know. And then this is from the Cat in the Hat movie. So anyway. Yay, plushies. I'm going to look up these lamb chops, though. I'm going to get them out of my way. To pay $2.99 for each one of those bags. Go look at the chat real quick. Yeah, it's from the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's Sally. I can't have stuffed animals in my house or my dogs will murder them. Yeah, my dogs are murderers too. The Dusty, my big dog, it takes him like half a minute to completely de-stuff a toy. Let's see. Lamb chop dog toy. All right, so it looks like Lammy Lamb here sells for about $5 each. So I'm going to give them to my doggies for Christmas. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think Grumpy Cat sells for anything, but you never know. I can look it up. This is the one I have. That one didn't sell at $20. So I guess I could list it. I could list it for like $12.95 free shipping or $14.95 free shipping. And I have 2 of them, so it would just be one listing. So that would be easy. I could totally do that. All right. So then, and then the only other thing that I bought at, hang on, I bought those 2 bags. And I got this pineapple cup from Starbucks that has pineapple. It's a pineapple tumbler, which I don't think is worth anything. I just bought it to have it for myself because it was one of the big ones. Oh, okay. Well, it's worth something. Never mind. Jesus. Okay. See, this is what happens when you're like, oh, I'm just going to keep it off of my stuff. I didn't even look it up. Okay. So the last one that sold, $34.99 plus shipping, and it didn't even have the straw. This one went on auction. That one went $13.59, doesn't have the straw. All right, so I guess I'm selling the pineapple tumbler. I paid $2.99 for it. And that one sold for $31.45. So I guess I could list it for $39.95 free shipping or best offer, and mine has the straw. That's a nice surprise, right? When you're like, oh, I just bought this for myself to keep it for myself. And then you look it up and you're like, oh, never mind. Myself doesn't need a pineapple. I'm not a pineapple fan. Like, I know some people are really into pineapple anything. Like, if it has a pineapple on it, they really want it. I'm not a huge, like, I love pineapples. So I could care less. I will totally sell that today. I thought I bought something else at Thriftland. But I guess I didn't. Oh, I lie. I did buy something else. Okay. So I saw this. I talked about this on the stew today. So it's $1.99, and it had this like applique stuff. I always look at Thriftland because sometimes they have really good cross stitch kits. But like this moved around and this came out, and I was like, licensed Nintendo. And so I went ahead and bought this without looking it up. Just because it was Mario on a skateboard and Mario playing soccer, iron-on official Nintendo licensed merchandise from 1990. So I went ahead and bought this pack. I did look it up today. Somebody's trying to sell this iron-on for $20. I might list it over on Etsy. Joni says, I found a dolphin statue that used to sit on a shelf that is worth $75 today. Guess where it is now? I don't know. Listed. Let's see. Good things come from moving. Yes, they do. Okay. After I went to Thriftland, I went to... Thriftland was store number 5. Was store number 6. Then I went to Savers, and I only found 2 things at Savers. And one of them I shouldn't have even bought. I only bought it because I had never seen it before, and I have a bunch of Cuisinart stuff that I have for parting out. So I bought this funnel because it was new in the box, and it was only $2.99. They only sell for like $12.95. But I went ahead and bought it because I'd just never seen it before. Out of all the times that I've bought Cuisinart food processing machines and things. So I went ahead and put it in the cart. And then the only other thing that I bought at Savers was this Microsoft receiver. I was really hoping that this receiver, it was $2.99. I was really hoping this receiver was going to work for this keyboard that I bought for $1.99 at another store. I don't even know where. I bought this at Thrift Town like a month ago or more, and it didn't have the receiver. Now, without the receiver, just this keyboard that I paid $1.99 for, I think is worth $35. But with the receiver, obviously it's worth so much more money. So I was hoping that this receiver was going to work for this keyboard. I have to do some more research, but it may or may not. It almost looks like the one that's on the instructions on the back here, but I'm not sure. So for $2.99, it was worth the gamble because it totally made that keyboard worth more money. And some of those keyboards are worth a really good amount of cash. The only problem with wireless keyboards is that they tend to not have the receivers at the thrift stores. So I'm going to have to, let me see. I'll look up the keyboard, and I don't know. I'll have to test it. I can just put some batteries in it and plug it into my computer and see if it receives. I mean, that's tested. But the keyboard, Microsoft Natural, let's see. I'm just going to say wireless natural. If I can type, I'll be able to see. Okay. So some of those on these wireless natural ergonomic keyboards. See, this is the one I have. Oh, that looks like the thing. Oh, maybe it is the one. Oh, how lucky would that be, you guys? Like, to totally find the receiver at another store. A month later. Okay, that's like identical. That looks the same. That looks the same as what I have here. Okay, hang on. I mean, I wonder if they... This one says 3.0A and mine says 3.1. I bet you this is going to work. This could be awesome. Okay, so then I could sell it for $60 instead of $30. That's exciting. It's crazy, like, how much you can sell keyboards and mice for. Like, the Logitech trackball mouse. Some of the, let's see. Some of them are worth so much money. Like that one new in the box, $250. $140 for a used mouse. And the only problem that you run into, and I have found these before, is that you'll find the mouse and you won't find the receiver. But if you see the receivers, go ahead and buy them. Like, go ahead and buy them all alone. Like, this one says tested with no transceiver and $95. Like, as is, for parts only, $95. If you see these, go ahead and buy them because they're decent money. I went to another store. I did hit 8 stores, but I didn't buy anything to resell at the 8th store. It was kind of a bust. I did buy some speakers that I don't even know work or not. They were these Audio Unlimited wireless speakers. This one doesn't have its battery cover. The other one does. It was a set of 2. And I only paid $6.99 for them, so I went ahead and bought them for my house. Figured they could go out in the backyard. But yeah, store number 8 was a bust. And it was really funny because store number 8 is a Goodwill that I don't go to. I've only gone to like a handful of times in my entire life. It has like the parking lot of death because it's just this weird setup and you can't get in and out of it, and it's right at an intersection but not at the light. So if you try to go any other way than right, you're just gonna, I hope you have full coverage insurance because you're gonna get in a crash. So I don't go to that store very often, but it was a total bust. And but they had a rack of Lululemon behind the register, so you couldn't even look at them. You had to ask an associate to look at them, and they were $14.99 to $24.99 for used Lululemon at the Goodwill in South Austin, which I thought was ridiculous. But anyway, all right, so that's all the stuff that I bought. I told you I went to 8 stores, and I was very, 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 very picky about what I was picking up. That's it. So I'm going to try to get this listed this week. My daughter wants to take pictures, so I'm going to let her take pictures and get the stuff listed and see what I can sell it for. And I need to get my Gary Vaynerchuk shoes listed because I got them like last Friday and it's already Tuesday and I haven't listed them yet. So I need to do that. But other than that, Jenny says, Goodwill has some crazy prices. You know, it depends on the store because there are stores that I go to and they always have a high price. Everything's just going to be high priced. And then I can go down the street to another Goodwill and everything is just reasonably priced. So one store will have a juicer for $39.95, and then I'll go down the street and the other Goodwill will have that exact same unit for $7.99. It really just is the pricers in the stores, and it's pretty much because the same people are pricing and they teach the people at that store to price that way, then that store will always have high prices while the other store won't. Every Goodwill's different here, and we have a lot of them. There's over 20 Goodwills. There's 30 in the greater Austin area, and so every store is different. Like there's one in Cedar Park that all of their housewares, like their home appliances, are astronomically priced, like $40, $30. And I'm like, you people are nuts. And I can go right down the way another couple miles and pay $7.99. So just depends. But anyway, I'm out, guys. Tanya's supposed to be doing her jewelry haul video at 3 o'clock. And I have some shipping to do and other things. I hope everybody has a really wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me today. Hope it wasn't too boring. Haul videos are kind of boring. But I will talk to you guys later, everybody. Love you. Bye.